Imagine the thrill of a deep-sea dive, the silence broken only by your own breathing, the deep blue stretching into infinity around you. Now imagine stumbling upon something that history books said was lost forever. That's exactly what happened to a team of divers off the East Coast, a discovery so incredible it sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. They found a pirate ship, a real-life relic from the golden age of piracy, and what they uncovered is rewriting history as we know it. Stick with us, because today we're diving deep into this unbelievable story. We'll explore the life of the infamous pirate captain who commanded this vessel, uncover the secrets hidden in its watery grave, and reveal the priceless treasures that have been brought to the surface for the first time in over 300 years. This isn't just a story about old wood and rusty cannons. It's a story about rebellion, treasure, and a ghost from the past finally giving up its secrets. So, who were these lucky divers? It all started with a group called Maritime Explorations, a team of seasoned wreck divers and marine archaeologists. For years, they'd been mapping a specific section of the seabed off the coast of North Carolina, an area notoriously known as the graveyard of the Atlantic for its treacherous currents and countless shipwrecks. They were actually searching for a lost Spanish galleon from the 18th century, following old shipping manifests and faded maps. But fate, it seems, had other plans. One morning, their side-scan sonar, a device that paints a picture of the seafloor with sound waves, picked up an unusual anomaly. It was the right size for a ship, but the shape was different. It was sleeker, more aggressive-looking than the bulky galleons they were used to seeing. Their lead archaeologist, Dr. Anya Sharma, felt a jolt of excitement. The dimensions didn't match any known merchant or military vessel from the period. Could it be? The thought was almost too wild to consider. With their hearts pounding, the team suited up for a dive. As they descended, the murky water slowly gave way to a breathtaking sight. There it was, resting silently on the sand, a ship unlike any they had ever seen. Its hull was partially buried, but its distinctive raked-back masts and the aggressive prow confirmed Dr. Sharma's gut feeling. This wasn't a Spanish galleon. This was a pirate ship. And not just any pirate ship. Early analysis of the cannons and a recovered ship's bell pointed to one legendary vessel, the Sea Serpent, captained by the notorious and enigmatic Calico Jack Rackham. Now, if you're a fan of pirate lore, the name Calico Jack probably rings a bell. But this isn't the Jack Sparrow you see in the movies. The real Calico Jack was famous for two things: his flamboyant style — he loved wearing bright calico clothing, hence the nickname — and for having two of the most famous female pirates in history in his crew, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. For decades, the final resting place of his flagship, the Sea Serpent, was one of the greatest maritime mysteries. Legend said it was scuttled in a storm after a legendary raid, taking its captain and a massive treasure down with it. But there was never any proof, until now. The discovery sent shockwaves through the historical and archaeological communities. This wasn't just a shipwreck, it was a time capsule. Because pirate ships were often modified and operated outside the law, official records are incredibly scarce. Finding an almost intact vessel like the Sea Serpent is like finding the Rosetta Stone of piracy. It offers a direct, unfiltered glimpse into how these outlaws of the sea actually lived, fought, and navigated the high seas. The team from Maritime Explorations immediately knew they had a monumental task ahead of them. Recovering artifacts from a 300-year-old wooden wreck is an incredibly delicate process. Every item has to be painstakingly documented, carefully raised, and then put through a years-long conservation process to prevent it from disintegrating once it hits the air. The first major items they brought to the surface were the cannons. Unlike naval cannons, which were uniform, these were a mismatched collection from different ships, a classic pirate trait. They took what they could get. One cannon even had a unique serpent motif carved near the touch hole, a definitive link to Calico Jack's flagship. But the real treasures weren't the cannons. They were the personal items that tell the human story of the crew. Inside what they believe was the captain's cabin, they found a pewter tankard, a set of navigational dividers, and, astonishingly, a small, leather-bound book. The pages were fused together by centuries underwater, but using advanced imaging technology, conservators are slowly, digitally unpeeling the pages. They hope it might be a logbook or a personal journal, a first-hand account from the golden age of pirates. Can you imagine what secrets it might hold? Routes to hidden treasures? The real story behind Calico Jack and his crew? As the excavation continued, the team made another discovery that left them speechless. In a sealed chest, buried deep within the ship's hold, they didn't just find gold coins, though there were plenty of those, from various nations, another pirate calling card. They also found a collection of intricate jewelry, silver goblets, and even a set of surgical tools. This challenges the brutish, simple-minded stereotype of pirates. It shows a crew that appreciated finery and had a need for sophisticated medical care, likely due to the constant threat of injury in battle. Perhaps the most poignant find was a small, carved wooden bird. It's not worth anything in terms of gold, but its value is immeasurable. Was it a good luck charm? A memento of a loved one left behind on shore? It's these small personal objects that truly bring the past to life, reminding us that these legendary figures were real people, with hopes, fears, and connections to a life on land they chose to leave behind. This discovery is also shedding new light on the role of Anne Bonny and Mary Read. Historians have often debated the extent of their involvement. Were they just novelties, or were they respected members of the crew? The archaeological evidence from the sea serpent might finally provide an answer. By analyzing the layout of the living quarters and the distribution of personal artifacts, researchers hope to understand the social dynamics on board. They are looking for any evidence, a piece of clothing, a personal belonging, that can be definitively linked to the female pirates, which would be a monumental breakthrough in maritime and women's history. The process of excavating a wreck of this magnitude will take years, if not decades. Every single piece of wood, every shard of pottery tells a part of the story. The team at Maritime Explorations is working in collaboration with museums and universities around the world to ensure that the sea serpent and its artifacts are preserved for future generations. Soon we might be able to walk into a museum and see the very tools, weapons, and treasures wielded by Calico Jack and his notorious crew. This discovery is more than just finding lost treasure. It's about recovering a lost chapter of our shared human story. It reminds us that the world is still full of mystery, and that there are still incredible secrets lying just beneath the waves, waiting to be found. It's a testament to human curiosity and the relentless drive to explore and understand our past. The ghost of the sea serpent has finally come home, and its story is just beginning to be told. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible underwater adventure. What do you think is the most amazing part of this discovery? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love stories about exploration and history as much as we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We've got so many more mysteries to explore together. Until next time, stay curious